In 2 Kings 1 verse 10, Elijah answered and said to the captain of the 50, If I be a man of God, then let fire come down from heaven and consume thee and thy 50. And there came down fire from heaven and consumed him and his 50. When God's servant speaks, the wise listen. Deuteronomy 18 verse 22.
Elohim, viewers all over the world, mighty God lives in us. On the 31st of December 2021, during the candlelight service titled Time to Dialogue with God crossover night service, Wiseman Daniel was inspired by God Almighty to release prophetic messages concerning nations around the world, one of which was specifically for the nation of South Africa concerning our youth agitation and protest. Wiseman Daniel further said that the situation to the common problem lies in the hands of the government of South Africa by calling their youth to the dining table for dialogue. These were his words.
The youths of South Africa are very angry. Are they angry with the government or with their parents? That's the question. That is the very big question that needs to be answered as soon as possible. They need to be called to the table for dialogue because their next move will be too dangerous for the nation and for foreigners because a strange being has occupied their hearts. And only prayer can cast out that strange being, that evil man. They are planning and holding series of private meetings. The government of South Africa should see to the issues of their youths and mean the solution to the problem in South Africa lies in the hands of those in power. Carry God along, and then the wisdom to do the right thing will be more than enough. We are praying for South Africa as a nation.
When God's servant speaks, the wise listen. Deuteronomy 18 verse 22.
It was a bright start for some of the brave ones, while others chose to keep their doors closed in fear of further violence.
Send the army. We don't need the Metro and SAP. They are not scared. They torment them. They are not scared. But the Metro and SAP are not allowed to open fire. And if they do open fire, it's waist below to shoot and injure.
There was a stronger police presence in the area today, and it wasn't long. There are now pockets of violence. As you can see, tires have been set alight here. This is on the other side of Alexandra near the Boxer Superstore. Remember that there's a large police presence that is in the area, but very much deployed towards the area where we saw the attacks between South Africans and foreign nationals yesterday. Taxi operators were forced to clear the roads as violence spread to other parts of the township.
We are worried because they will repossess our taxis if we can't pay. We're here for business and this is disrupting us.
It wasn't long before more arrests were effected.
The community doesn't want to support lawlessness, they want to support law and order. So therefore these taxis, as they drive around, if they come there before the police, they remove before the police came. So there's a greater collaboration today between the taxis and the police.
Only half of the businesses in the area, in particular, small businesses owned by foreign nationals, opened today over fear of more attacks. Police remain on scene. Criselda Lewis, SABC News in Alexandra in Johannesburg.
Are they angry with the government or with their parents? That's the question. They need to be called to the table for dialogue because their next move will be too dangerous for the nation and for foreigners because a strange being has occupied their hearts.
With us on the show, I'm Gareth Edwards. One of the biggest stories we're following at the moment is what is now known as the Alex Dudula movement. This is not to be confused with the Operation Dudula movement at all, which is looking to have foreigners removed as far as local businesses are concerned. Let's get the latest from our reporter Govan Whittles, who's monitoring the situation for us this morning. Govan, hello to you. So as I mentioned, this Alex Dudula movement, very different to Operation Dudula. What are you seeing this morning? And what are we expecting?
Yeah, different to Operation Dudula, but they have the same objectives and they have been targeting the same kind of people. That's foreign nationals in South Africa. Right now, we're coming to you live from Alexandra, and take a look at this. This is one of the meeting points of the Alex Dudula movement. And today, the police have spared no effort in deploying their resources. You'll see the water cannon here. There's a police combi as well as the vans. Earlier we saw in Nyala, there's at least 5 police vans patrolling the area as well. And this is important because, as you can see, things seem to be operating normally here in Alexandra. There certainly are the same people that were expected to operate the shops are operating today. None of the shops have been closed. But the difference that we're seeing is the hawkers on the sides of the roads. Yesterday, we saw the Alex Dudula movement targeting hawkers who are foreign nationals and trying to close their stands and tell them that only South Africans could operate here. Today, there are far fewer hawkers, but there are still a significant number of them that have come out to sell their goods. The people that the Alex Dudula movement is done yet, although today may have started off well with minimal disruptions, no disruptions as far as we can tell this morning. They do anticipate that the Dudula movement will get going a little bit later and have a meeting either in this corner or close to the Pan-African Mall, which was looted yesterday, or the shops around the area were looted, and many of the shops there were forced to close down. So far, we've recorded 10 people that have been injured in yesterday's scuffles between foreign nationals, police, and the Alex Dudula movement. And we are not aware of any of the Dudula leadership that have been arrested because of yesterday's protest. So we'll be here keeping a close eye on things, and we'll be back to you as soon as things develop.
Are they angry with the government or with their parents? That's the question. They need to be called to the table for dialogue, because their next move would be too dangerous for the nation and for foreigners, because a strange being has occupied their hearts.
Absolutely. Like I said earlier, we are deploying a multidisciplinary team tonight. Our JMPD, our POPs, and our local SAPs, and a group from other stations, to ensure that there's a visibility around the area. And if you find anybody breaking the law, they'll definitely be arrested.
But why has no one been arrested then, Brigadier? I mean, this has been going on since this morning. Several people have been injured. There were concerns, you've recalled, here in Alex that during the July unrest, some of the shops right here behind which your men and women are guarding were some of those that were destroyed. They've managed to get up business again. Why haven't any arrests been made? Because while this movement that was marching here today is not part of Operation Dudula, they say that they are the Dudula movement. But why have no arrests been made? Because clearly now this is becoming violent.
Yeah, no, arrests have been made, ma'am. Arrests have been made on a regular basis. There are cases under control already, especially of the Dudula movement, that some of them are out on bail. Arrests have been made, and then, as you know, people have a right to apply for bail. But we are investigating, and even for the incident of today, arrests will be made, that I can assure you.
How many have been arrested thus far relating to Operation Dudula, even though this one they claim is another movement, but with similar traits?
Yeah, I cannot give you the numbers, but I can assure you roughly around 20 arrests have been made so far. That is a rough estimate.
General Marsha, just to follow up from what we had seen earlier today in terms of the police presence. There was presence over here, but just 100 meters up the road, we had seen foreign national stores and vendors, their property being destroyed completely. Was there no police presence at least just 100 meters up the road to ensure that there was destruction of property?
Yeah, remember I said these incidents are sporadic. So by the time our members got the attention, we rushed to the scene, and as we arrived, then we called for more reinforcement. That's why you see now there's a higher visibility later on. But at that time, because it was sporadic, we were not there. But as soon as we were here, we called for more reinforcements.
Dudula movement and Operation Dudula seem to be carrying out a mandate against foreign nationals. This is perhaps the job of law enforcement, of the Home Affairs Department, of Immigration. Is this not something that may be even in contravention of laws? And if that's the case, are you doing anything about it?
Yes, we are. We are. Remember, we said they can protest, but they should not take law into their own hands. We are having operations, especially in Gauteng. You're aware that we're having Operation Okamula on a regular basis. We are making arrests all the time. But I think the challenge that we hear, some of them, after we deported them after some time, they come back into the country. So that's why then it's continuous. But arrests are being made all the time because we want to ensure that people that are here are legal in the country.
General, there's also an announcement that stores will not be operating, kids will not be going to school. What I want to understand is, will SAPS allow that lawlessness to happen?
Absolutely not. Lawlessness will definitely not be allowed. We'll be out in our large numbers tomorrow. We will not divulge the whole information here, but we are putting measures in place to ensure that there is law and order tomorrow.
Perfect. Sorry. Yeah. Finally, what?
Sensed a bit of restraint. Perhaps, if I'm correct, you'll correct me if I'm wrong, Brigadier, a lot of restraint on the part of police today. I know that some of your men had been engaging with the leaders of this movement to try and disperse, not to interfere with walkers that are on the side of the road. Am I correct to say police had restrained themselves quite a lot today in the manner in which they responded to the movement, despite the violent attacks that we saw?
Yeah. Where law breaking was taking place, I think our people would effect arrest. But when people were trading here in the street, definitely our people will know that they need to respect the law. You know, there are various levels to apply the force. We don't just apply force that is not proportionate to the situation, and that is exactly what happened here today.
Speaking towards any road closures tomorrow, you say there will be operations by your units, interdisciplinary with other law enforcement officials. What can we expect in and around the area, and perhaps even other areas around Gauteng province?
Yeah, you can expect that there will be free flow of traffic tomorrow. There won't be any disturbances because our members will be in full force to ensure our people are free to do their daily activities.
Thanks.
Thank you very much, Brigadier.
Thank you very much. That's Brigadier Masha coming through Brigadier Masha coming through from the South African Police Service, giving us an update on what will be expected through tomorrow in Alexandra Township. From the point of view of law enforcement, we had seen a destruction of property coming through in and around the main Alexandra area, around the Pan Africa Mall, just 100 meters up the road as well. Lots of criticism coming through from foreign nationals and even some locals for law enforcement not being proactive in their response. But the big news coming out from this evening is that members from the Dudula movement saying that there will be a national shutdown, at least a shutdown in Alexandra and ideally other parts of Gauteng from their point of view, starting tomorrow for 5 days, heading through until Saturday. Kathy.
All right, Ahmed, certainly a story that we'll continue to watch going into tomorrow. As you heard, their police saying that their multidisciplinary teams will also be out in full force to ensure there is no lawlessness that takes place.
Are they angry with the government or with their parents? That's the question. They need to be called to the table for dialogue, because their next move will be too dangerous for the nation and for foreigners, because a strange being has occupied their hearts.
When God's servant speaks, the wise listen. Deuteronomy 18, verse 22.
Viewers all over the world, God reveals to redeem if and only if the country concerned is ready to listen to the voice of God. Remember that when God speaks, the wise listen. The present stage of this agitation and protest by the youth of South Africa can be stopped peacefully if and only if these angry youths are called to the dining table by the present government of South Africa for a peaceful dialogue. Otherwise, the smoke we are seeing now will soon become strong flames of fire that the government of South Africa will not be able to quench. This is a big parable and, of course, food for thought. Therefore, the government of South Africa should listen to the voice of God by calling their youth to the dining table in order to save the lives of innocent people who came from all over the world to settle down and also seek for greener pastures in your country. We at the Everlasting Light of Hope International Ministry will continue to pray for the nation of South Africa for peace to prevail. God bless South Africa youth. God bless South African government. God bless the foreigners in South Africa. God bless the whole world. Elohim, God lives in us.
Beware of fraudsters. Viewers all over the world, it has come to our attention that some fraudsters are going around requesting for funds from people who are too desperate and impatient to follow the right procedure in order to locate the right channel or the right source. These fraudsters parade themselves as representatives of Elohim Ministry, Wiseman Daniel Ministry, or Wiseman Daniel himself. They are fake. They are fraudsters. Please do not fall for their tricks and tactics. Below are some of the fake YouTube channels and social media handles created by these fraudsters in order to deceive you, our viewers. These are our official social media accounts and contact details. Our official YouTube channel is www.youtube.com/c/Wiseman Daniel Ministries. Our official Instagram handle is Wiseman_Daniel Ministries. Congratulations, viewers all over the world. We are now on Facebook and on Twitter. Our official Facebook handle is facebook.com/Wiseman Daniel Official. Our official Twitter handle is twitter.com/WMD Ministries. Our TikTok handle is at Wiseman Daniel Ministries. Our official website addresses are www.elohimonline.org. and www.christstandard.tv. Our official email addresses are info@elohimonline.org and info@christstandard.tv. These are our contact details and they are all available on WhatsApp. Our prayer request line is +234 902 147 0247. Our testimony line is +234 901 511 3002. Our inquiry lines are +234 704 094 5007 and +234 904 882 4874. Our partnership lines are +234 703 144 8611 and +234 906 141 4886. And do remember, all of these numbers are available on WhatsApp. Viewers all over the world, note that any other website addresses, social media handles, or contact details, apart from the ones we have listed above, are not from Elohim Ministry, Wiseman Daniel Ministry, nor from Wiseman Daniel himself. God bless you. Elohim, God lives in us. John 14, verse 23.